Hello, everyone. I'm connecting with you all up here from the Los Leones Trail in Topanga, Santa Monica Mountains. And it's quite delicious morning here. I was just visited by a dragonfly who flew by as I was beginning to record this podcast. So welcome to Reiki Unleashed. Reiki and communication is our topic today. And as I rest here in the hills, I'm reminded of how Reiki opens up communication between all of life, between me and all of life, whether that be human, whether that be nature, or whether that be the interdimensional realms, source, God, goddess, whatever you name you have for it. So I'm delighted to connect with you again and look forward to this discussion. Again, please either go on my website at sacredventures.com or give a reply on this podcast. If you just click on the title of the podcast, you'll be able to leave any comments related to this conversation. So Reiki in our level 1 and 2 course supports us in connecting and awakening to a deeper awareness of what true communication is. First, with ourselves and deepening our conversation and communication with ourself, our body, our emotions, our thoughts, what we are needing, what we are wanting, conversing with different parts of ourselves, and listening to different parts of ourselves. A large aspect of communication is, of course, listening. And Reiki is such a beautiful teacher for us about listening. And, just in level 1, we learn through doing Reiki on ourselves, we learn about surrendering and allowing a higher vibration, a higher energy, a higher power, if you will, to move through us. And with that comes a sense of listening, listening to the energy, recognizing that there is something greater that's operating, that is a spark within us as well, and that is nourishing us. So there's a energetic and mental listening that takes place when we channel Reiki on ourselves. And with level 2, we acquire a new aspect of the Reiki energy with the mental emotional symbol that supports in mental emotional healing and also expands our capacity to communicate. With the mental emotional symbol, we have the gift and the capacity to access that energy anytime that we want, particularly when we're in conversation, maybe with a loved one that may be a challenging conversation. We can invite and invoke that symbol in that conversation, and that can open us up to new awarenesses, new perspectives that are beyond our limited mental capacity, or maybe related to our experiences in that relationship. It opens us up to an expanded awareness and understanding of what could be added in that conversation to bring about healing, to bring about forgiveness, to bring about deeper understanding. And that's the magic of Reiki, of course. When we invoke a symbol such as this into a situation, the magic is how it can open us up to something that's beyond, our current awareness or understanding, and expands that understanding. And with level 2, we also acquire a new symbol that is the distant healing symbol, the remote healing symbol, which supports healing at a distance, but it also has the capacity to open up our communication with interdimensional realms. And that is one of the deliciousness that I experienced with level 2 training, is that it opened me up to a whole realm of loving beings and the loving energy and a loving source, beyond what I had before with all of my different spiritual experiences and connections and journeys with the... I apologize about that. We got disconnected here. So just continuing with that aspect, with the distant healing symbol, the distant healing symbol is actually also referred to as a interplane connector and a phone line. In essence, it opens us up and connects us and links us to our ability and capacity to communicate with our helpers in the inner dimensions. And it really brings to our awareness that we have a whole realm that is available to us to access should we choose to connect. And all of our helpers, light beings, whatever you want to call them, angels, archangels, ascended masters, spirit guides, are here and available to assist us, but only through our communication, only through our request. They will not step in unless we request that. And the distant healing symbol supports us in opening up to that reality. And with that, what occurs and what occurred for me is this realm and experience of such safety, such warmth, and such love that emerged from my connecting with these beings and asking for their assistance. Now, of course, it is possible to make that connection and have that communication whether or not you are attuned to the distant healing symbol or to the Reiki energy. And that's true with Doreen Virtue's work, who opens us up to the whole interdimensional angelic realm. And that's a beautiful, beautiful aspect and truth, that we can communicate with this energy and these beings, whether or not we're attuned to the Reiki energy. And the attunement to the Reiki energy just supports that and enhances that and expands that and also simplifies it for us, supports us in feeling safe and loved and connected. It's an added tool and energetic system. So I want to support you out there, whether you are Reiki attuned or not, to utilize that tool of communicating with the higher realms, the inner realms, the light beings that are available to you. And we're going to do a little exercise to support you in that in a moment. But I want to just speak a little bit more on that Reiki and communication, in essence, really all of life is interconnected, and Reiki supports and opens us up to that. And the communication is such a vital aspect of staying connected to that interconnected reality, that we are interconnected with each other as humans, we are interconnected with our loved ones, we are interconnected with our colleagues, we are interconnected with all of humanity, really, and we need each other. That's the reality. And part of that is the element of communication, developing and learning communication skills to support us in that. And Reiki is such a beautiful agent to support us in that. So I want to just, invite those that are Reiki attuned to revisit the mental emotional symbol. Maybe do a little more reading on it. There are so many resources out there. Pull out your original manual used in your course and you research it online, maybe find a new book to find a new dimension. That's one of the beauties with the Reiki system, is that we can come back to something that we may have had connection with a while back and have a new relationship with it. So I invite you to have a new relationship with the mental emotional symbol, and maybe even meditate on it on a daily basis. Pull it out, draw it, have it in front of you, Visualize it in your third eye as you're meditating. Invite the energy to expand your awareness of it and how you can use it for your particular life. And do the same with the distant healing symbol. Meditate on it on a daily basis as well. And allow it to, expand your awareness of its use for you in your particular life, in your particular journey. And you'll find that you're enriched and that your Reiki practice is enhanced with this practice. So as we move into the exercise for today's podcast and visualization, one of the things that I want to touch on too is whether you're Reiki attuned or not, that you have the capacity to communicate with these inner beings, but you also have the capacity to communicate with all of nature. So not only do we have the help of beings of light, we also have the help of our nature friends. And I think we may have a limited view of how we relate to, higher power, higher source, angels, archangels, light beings, and we also may have a limited view of how we relate and communicate to nature. So, within our capacity is the capacity to communicate and deepen our relationship with nature as well. So, I'm just going to pause a moment and we'll reconnect in just a moment. And so, just taking a deep breath as we just pause a moment and bring our awareness into the present. And aligning ourselves with that sacred mystery of communication. Aligning ourselves with that sacred mystery of communicating with each other on the human realm, as well as the realms in the inner dimension and the natural realm of the earth. So, bringing our awareness, one of the sacred mysteries that I feel like I have discovered that was really opened up to me on a new level after reading the book Anastasia, the Cedar Ring series, is about our relationship with nature. And we are, excuse as a little noise goes by, we have the capacity to communicate to nature in a way that most of us have not been taught. And in the same way that I shared, that light beings, angels, archangels aren't going to step in and assist us unless we ask, there's also an element of our communicating to nature that we won't necessarily experience a realm of nature unless we ask, unless we step in and communicate with nature. And, and oftentimes we relate to nature in a way that is separate from us. Sometimes we can also relate to nature in the realm of it being wild and maybe a little bit dangerous. Oftentimes we can relate to nature in the way of it being something to use or to take from. And so one of the mysteries of our relationship with nature is that it's beyond all of those that I mentioned, and that nature itself has a spirit. We call that spirit Gaia. And our way of communicating and relating to nature, to her, will be the way that we experience her. And often we have been taught that, being in the natural world can either be uncomfortable, or it can be beautiful, or it can be torrential. But really, the way that we can experience nature is the way that we relate to nature. So if we have a concept and belief that nature is wild and dangerous, we're going to have that experience. And the same is true if we relate to it as, something for us to take from and just use. We're just going to have a more shallow experience of it. And this is true, of course, the way that we relate to all of life is the way that we experience life. But I want to bring that down and open up the awareness of our communicating to nature and relating to nature in a way that will open us up to a new experience of it. So, of course, Reiki and being attuned to Reiki can open us up to a new way of relating to nature in the same way that it will open us up to relating to the heavens and to the light beings. But we don't necessarily need to be attuned to the Reiki energy in order to open up. As I mentioned before about our relationship to light beings, the attunement to the Reiki energy has a capacity of quickening that expansion and connection. That has at least been my experience. And every new energetic yogic experience I have, or any new material that I receive, it seems to be complemented by the Reiki practice that I have, and expands both the Reiki practice and the new experience I have. So I want to share with you today, now moving into our exercise for today's podcast, how you can bring this realm of communication into your everyday awareness in life. It's actually quite simple, really. On a daily basis, as you start your day, some of you may have a prayer, meditation practice, or yogic practice. You can integrate and include within your practice on a daily basis an opening and a conversation with both light beings, nature beings, as well as nature itself. And we can practice this at this time as taking a moment, moving into your breath, as if you're starting your day, connecting to your body, connecting to the breath as it moves through your body, and bringing awareness to the life force that moves through you, that is the creative force within you. I'm just giving thanks for that force that moves through you. And acknowledging that source of that force that moves through you, whatever that is for you, higher power, God, Goddess, consciousness, life, whatever that is for you. I'm just giving thanks for this moment, giving thanks for this day. And just bringing your awareness to the inner realms. If you have a particular connection to any, angels, archangels, beings of light, bringing your awareness to them. I'm just giving thanks for their presence in your life. And inwardly, or out loud, making a statement, asking your guides, be with me today. Guide me through this day. Care for me this day. And shower me with your abundance and love this day. And of course you can add your own words, create your own words. Just inviting these light beings to walk with you today. If there's anything particular that you're needing today, any particular situation that you're needing assistance with, ask in this moment for them to assist you. And if you have the attunement to the Reiki energy, invoke the distance symbol and send Reiki to these light beings, both as opening up the energy between you and them, as well as gifting them. They love to receive the energy, in the same way that you love to receive theirs. And just feel that fluid connection between you and your helpers. Allow that connection to continue throughout your day. Knowing at any point during the day that you feel disconnected, you can stop and reconnect in this very same manner. And reconnecting with your breath and your body, just bringing awareness to the environment around you. If you're near a window, just looking out the window and taking a moment and giving thanks to nature. And I like to do this with my arms extended up, as if reaching out to nature around me. Sometimes I say this out loud, sometimes internally I say, thank you, nature, for all that you give me today. Thank you for caring for me today. Thank you, all nature beings, for watching over me today. Thank you for meeting all of my needs today. I am so grateful to you. And with that, just allowing just a showering of love again. If you're Reiki attuned, letting that move through you. If you're not, just sending some loving energy out to nature. And utilizing this as an opportunity so that throughout your day, you're conscious and aware of the natural elements all around you. Because really, everything that we come in contact with in the physical realm is made of the earth, including our bodies. So it's essential to communicate with that element as well as we begin our day. And what we find when we do that, and my experience has been, is that it's again the same as the way that we relate to life. As we communicate and connect and we put out this connection, we will receive that back. And you will find nature greeting you and meeting you through people, through birds, through the wind, the sun, through a gift that comes through your computer. All of it is made of nature, whether it be electrical, whether it be wood, whether it be your clothes, whatever it is, comes from the earth. Open up that communication. And go ahead and take a deep breath. Just resting in the present. As you have opened and allowed that inner connection between you and truly all of life. So I wish you a beautiful day this day. At any point, use this visualization to reconnect. And as you end your day, take a moment in gratitude to your light beings and to all of nature. It's been my honor to be with you today here at Los Leones, connecting with you wherever you are. And I invite you to visit my website, sacredventures.com, connect with me leave a reply here on this particular podcast as well. I'm available for one-on-one sessions over the phone or in person. I'm also available to create and lead a personal journey in any of the local mountains or beaches. I'm also teaching all levels of Reiki as well, and you can read more about that on my website. I have a monthly group journey that's also available, and I have started a women's gathering, the Sacred Mysteries of the Feminine Divine. That's the third Tuesday of every month. And there's other little goodies on the website as well. Feel free to enjoy as you peruse the website. So, blessings to you. Much love.